Hello, and welcome to Historical Humans Reads, where we take primary sources and bring them to your screen. I'm Colum Coleman, and today we are reading from the Tain, an Irish legend recounting the feats of the fabled Irish hero Cu Chulainn. The Tain is the central epic of the Ulster Cycle of Irish mythology. Also known as the Cattle Raid of Cooley, the Tain as we have it today was published in 1969 by Ciaran Carson. However, the original mythos and the Ulster Cycle dates back to the 8th century and even predates the presence of Christianity in Ireland. Today we will be reading part 4 of the Tain, the foretelling. With that, let's begin. When Meb was come to the place where her druid was, she craved light and augury of him. Many there be, saith Meb, who do part with their kinsmen and friends here today, and from their homes and their lands, from father and from mother. And unless unscathed every one shall return, upon me they will cast their sighs and their ban. For 'tis I that have assembled this levy, yet there goeth not forth, nor stayeth there at home, any dearer to me than are we to ourselves. And though do thou discover for us whether we ourselves shall return, or whether we shall never return. And the Druid made answer, whoever comes not, thou thyself shalt come. Wait then, spake the charioteer, let me draw the chariot by the right, that thus the power of a good omen may arise that we return again. Then the charioteer wheeled his chariot round, and Meb went back again, when she espied a thing that surprised her. A lone virgin of marriable age, standing on the hindpole of a chariot, a little way off, drawing nigh her. And thus the maiden appeared. Weaving lace she was, and in her right hand was a bordering rod of silvered bronze, with its 7 strips of red gold at the sides. A many-spotted green mantle around her, a bulging, strong-headed pin of gold in the mantle over her bosom, a hooded tunic, with red interweaving about her. A ruddy, fair-faced countenance she had, narrow below and broad above. She had a blue-gray and laughing eye. Each eye had 3 pupils. Dark and black were her eyebrows. The soft, black lashes threw there a shadow to the middle of her cheeks. Red and thin were her lips. Shiny and pearly were her teeth. Thou wouldst believe they were showers of white pearls that had rained into her head. Like to fresh Parthian crimson were her lips, as sweet as the strings of lutes, when long sustained they are played by masters' hands, was the melodious sound of her voice and her fair speech. As white as snow in one fallen night was the sheen of her skin, and her body that shone outside of her dress. Slender and very white were her feet, rosy even the sharp round nails she had. 2 sandals with golden buckles about them. Fair yellow, long, golden hair she wore. 3 braids of hair she wore. 2 tresses were wound around her head, the other tress from behind, threw down a shadow on her calves. The maiden carried arms, and 2 black horses were under her chariot. Med gazed at her. And what doest thou here now, O maiden? Asked Meb. I impart to thee thine advantage and good fortune in thy gathering, and muster of the 4 mighty provinces of Erin against the land of Ulster on the raid for the kine of Chulainn. Wherefore doest thou this for me? Asked Meb. Much cause have I, bondmaid, mid thy people I am. Who of my people art thou, and what is thy name? Asked Meb. Not hard, in sooth, to say. The prophetess Fedelm, from the seed, the fairy mound, of Cu Chulainn, a poetess of Connacht I am. Whence comest thou? Asked Meb. From Alba, after learning prophetic skill, the maiden made answer. Hast thou the form of divination? Verily have I, the maiden said. Look then for me, how will my undertaking be? The maiden looked, and then spake Meb. Good now, tell, O Fedelm prophet maid, how beholdest thou our host? Fedelm answered and spoke. Crimson red from blood they are. I behold them bathed in red. That is no true augury, said Meb. Verily, Conchobar with the Ulsterman in his pains in Emain, thither fared my messengers and brought me true tidings. Naught is there that we need dread from Ulster's men, but speak truth, O Fedelm. Tell, O Fedelm, prophet maid, how beholdest thou our host? Crimson red from blood they are. I beholdest them bathed in red. That is no true augury. Crusked men, the stammerer of Macha, Conchobar's son, is in Innis Crusked's isle in his pains. Thither fared my messengers. Naught need we fear from Ulster's men, but speak, O truth, O Fedelm. Tell, old Fedelm, prophet maid, how beholdest thou our host? Crimson red from blood they are. I behold them bathed in red. Eogin, Lurchat's son, is in Wraith Arthair, the eastern Wraith, in his pains. Thither went my messengers. Not need we dread from Ulster's men, but speak, O truth, O Fedelm. Tell, O Fedelm, prophet maid, how beholdest thou our host? Crimson red from blood they are. I behold them bathed in red. Celtchar, Ulthachar's son, in his fort at Lethgloss in his pain, and a third of the Ulstermen with him. Thither feared my messengers. Naught have we to fear from Ulster's men. And Fergus, son of Roig, son of Eotchat, is with us here in exile, and 300 men with him. But speak truth, O Fedelm. Tell me, O Fedelm prophet maid, how beholdest thou our host? Crimson red from blood they are. I behold them bathed in red. Meseemeth this is not as it seemeth to thee, quoth Meb. For when Aaron's men shall assemble in one place, their quarrels will arise, and broils, contentions, and disputes amongst them about the ordering of themselves in the van or rear, at ford or river, over who shall be the first at killing a boar, or a stag, or a dare, or a hare. But look now again for us, and speak the truth, O Fedelm. Tell, O Fedelm, prophet maid, how beholdest thou our host? Crimson red from blood they are. I behold them bathed with red. Therewith she began to prophesy and foretell the coming of Cu Chulainn to the men of Erin, and she chanted a lay. Fair of deeds the man I see, wounded sore is his fair skin. On his brow shines hero's light, victory's seat in his face. 7 gems of champions brave deck the center of his orbs. Naked are the spears he bears, and he hooks a red cloak round. Noblest is his face I see, he respects all womankind. Young the lad and fresh his hue, with a dragon's form in fight. I know not who is the hound, Culann's height of fairest fame, but I know full well his host will be smitten red by him. 4 small swords of brilliant feet he supports in either hand. These he'll ply upon the host, each to do its special deed. His gay bulga too he wields, with his sword and javelin. Lo, the man in red cloaked girt sets his foot on every hill. To spears from the chariot's left, he casts forth in orgy wild, and his form I saw till now, will I know will change its guise. On to battle now he comes, if ye watch not ye are doomed. This is he seeks ye in the fight. Brave Cu Chulainn, Sulaltam's son. At your host he'll smite in twain, till he works your utter ruin. All your heads ye'll leave with him. Fidelm, prophet maid, hides not. Gore shall flow from warriors' wounds. Long 'twill live in memory. Bodies hacked and wives in tears. Through the smith's hound, whom I see. Thus far the augury and the prophecy, and the preface of the tale, and the occasion of its invention and conception, and the pillow talk which Ailil and Meb had in Cu Chulainn. Next follows the body of the tale itself. This has been an excerpt from the Tain on Historical Humans Reads. If you enjoyed this video and would like to hear more excerpts from original texts, please subscribe to be notified of the next one. If there's a work you would like to hear, be sure to like the video and leave a comment listing it below. And before we sign off, we'd like to encourage you to go check out our new web store, Humanitarian Collections. At Humanitarian Collections, you can purchase a variety of merchandise made by us in support of the Trevor Project, an organization dedicated to suicide prevention among LGBTQ youth. All of our art there is currently been commissioned by LGBTQ artists. So it's from the community for the community. Thank you for listening.